This is Amy Ritterbusch, and I'm here to give you the select board actions taken for Tuesday, November 1st, 2022. So we had no public comment at the meeting, and then for our consent agenda, we approved the minutes from October 11th and October 18th. We accepted a gift of $3,000 from the Hopkinton Public Library Foundation to the Hopkinton Public Library for the Library of Things. So check that out if you haven't already. I think they're going to have puzzles and other things that you can check out besides books. We accepted a gift of $200 from the Hopkinton Women Club to the Public Library for books pertaining to women and abuse. We approved a marathon fund request for $1,633 granted to the Hopkinton Center for the Arts in May. And the request was to reallocate $940 from chairs and $693 from tables towards the remaining payment of the trash bins, which just a slight change there. And then we did the assignment of police officers for the state election. So we went with the town clerk's recommendation to have the number of police officers he felt would be adequate for the state election, which is on Tuesday, November 8th from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the middle school. So be sure to go vote if you have not done the early voting or mail-in voting. If you still have a ballot, you can drop it if you are doing the mail-in, you can still drop it off at the town hall. There's a secure drop box in front of town hall. Okay, so we approved the consent agenda. Then we met several new town employees. We met Akil Reed, who's a new custodian in facilities, Alfonso Lombardi III, who's a heavy equipment operator for the DPW. Stephen Proctor is going to also be a heavy equipment operator for the DPW. Mary Zanea, who's going to be the administrative assistant for human resources and the town clerk. They've been very busy lately, so I know they'll be happy to have a new person to help. And then Elizabeth Rourke, who will be the senior accounting manager, and she'll be replacing Ben Spini, who left recently for a wonderful opportunity, but we're definitely going to miss him. But Elizabeth seemed great, so I think we're in good hands for budget season. And then let's see, we did the Boston Marathon Invitational Random Distribution. This year we had way more applicants than when there were numbers available. We only had 50 numbers. So numbers were given to town departments, the police department 7, fire department 1, senior center 1, marathon committee 5, veteran celebration committee 1, Hopkinton Public Schools 2, and the senior and disabled tax relief committee 1. And the police and the marathon committee, they give their numbers to organizations that specifically help with logistics for the marathon. So that is really an important use. For example, Delhi EMC allows their parking lot to be used for the shuttle service to get spectators and runners downtown. CVS Crosspoint allows the use of their parking lot for staging and porta potties and all kinds of logistical things. So it is really important that we, and the police department gets volunteers from other towns that come. So it's really important that we recognize with with a marathon bid, those efforts. And then for organizations, there were 35 501c3 organizations that applied, but only 32 numbers left after we gave the numbers to the town departments. So most of the organizations that applied got one, but 3 did not, unfortunately. So the Women's Club did not get a number, the Hopkinton Freedom Team did not get a number, and the Hopkinton PTO did not get a number. So that is really unfortunate because those are all great organizations that help our town too, but we had more eligible applicants than we had numbers this year. And it was done by random draw. Okay, and then we discussed town meeting articles. We discussed a short-term rental bylaw for Airbnbs. We don't have one of those. A lot of other towns, bigger towns, do have a bylaw, so we thought it might be time that we would get one too, and they're reviewing what language would be appropriate. We went over the town meeting and budget timeline. Let's see. Oh, and I suggested looking at the leash law. Right now the leash law only goes till 8 p.m. in the evening. I suggested we might consider a 24-hour leash law. I'm not sure what the history is on why it ends at 8 p.m., but I look forward to learning more. We discussed the select board goals. We didn't really discuss. We had a big meeting discussing them last week, and so this week we just kind of approved and finalized. And then we had the town manager's report about mainly about the Main Street Corridor project and some of the changes that are adjustments that are going to be made. Let's see. And then we had liaison reports and board invites. So we talked quite a bit about the Upper Charles Trail Committee, or FUN, had gone to that meeting and sent us a liaison report, and Muriel had also been. And we discussed that we're going to ask the Upper Charles Trail Committee to come to our January meeting to present a little bit more where they are in the process, because we are expecting them to come forward to us with multiple options and to show that they've taken public feedback into account. Let's see. And then we discussed that the Elmwood School building project is just moving right along, doing some visioning forums. They've had a couple recently, and they should be all available on HCAM if you missed them. And there's another one coming up on November 30th at 6:30 p.m. at the high school. Also on HCAM if you don't want to go, if you can't go in person. Muriel noted that the Veterans Celebration Committee is working hard on Veterans Day events. So there's a ceremony at the Senior Center at 11 a.m. So 11 on this Friday. And then there'll be a dinner that evening at the Woodville Rod and Gun Club. I'm not sure what time that starts, I think 6. And they're looking for donations for desserts if you're available to do that. And all veterans are welcome, free of charge, to attend. Let's see. And then Muriel mentioned that CPC has a long list of applicants for community preservation projects this year, so they'll be reviewing those over the course of the winter and recommending which ones to go forward to town meeting. Let's see. Oh, and I noted that the select board phone numbers were printed incorrectly in the Women's Club directory this year. So the Women's Club's going to issue a correction to the Hopkinton Independent. Hopefully everyone will see that. And then of course you can always call Town Hall and they could give you our phone numbers if necessary. Or I think you can probably just Google us and our phone numbers will come up. And then we congratulated the Hopkins Center for the Arts on a wonderful Wicked Weekend for Halloween. They had all kinds of events, looked like very well attended, very well organized. And then we noted that the school committee has been working on their capital budget presentations and their departmental budgets, and those are all available on their website and their meeting packets, as well as you can watch the videos on HCAM to learn about those. And then we noted that we're going to have our all hands meeting, we had it the day after the meeting. It was November 2nd, but you can watch that on HCAM, where all the town departments, not the school departments, presented their goals and just kind of overview of what they're doing for the budget this year, and just kind of where they're going as a department and how they align with the town goals. And I think that's about it. Yep, I think that was it. So our next meeting is coming up on November 15th. So stay tuned. Thank you.